Welcome to the HTMA Success Practitioner's Corner, a special series in which Susan Cachay highlights the incredible work being done by graduates of the HTMA Success Practitioner Training Program.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Practitioner's Corner. I'm Susan Cachay, founder of HTMA Success, and today I'm speaking with Tricia Lorenzi, who's an HTMA Success grad. So great to have you here with me. And we're going to be diving into some questions about your journey with HTMA and just lots of things like that. So why don't we just dive in? And I always like to start by asking how HTMA and mineral nutritional balancing have shaped your approach to wellness. And I know that you have quite an interesting background. So
Yes. I'll start by saying that it has completely changed my approach to wellness. And the reason I say that is I'm traditionally allopathically trained. I'm a pharmacist by degree and stumbled across HTMA when I was trying to help heal my daughter with a skin condition and was not really happy with the alternative that the doctor gave us to do that, and looked for more holistic healing because I know that the body is intended to work by design. You just have to kind of get out of the way of it if there's problems. And we did an HTMA test, and that was the thing that really moved the needle for her. And as I ran into other instances in my family, myself personally, that's really been the only modality that I've found that has really made a difference for long-lasting health improvement.
wow. And so is that what inspired you to take the HTMA Success Practitioner training?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because once you learn this test, it's really hard to go back and look at health from a symptoms approach. And that's what basically I feel like we do a lot when we're trying to treat people, because we don't really have a good way to quantify, especially as HTMA does over multiple months, to understand what the body's trying to do. And people, I think, feel very heard when they get an HTMA test. They can look at the values and the ratios. And when you explain to them what they mean, it's just a way more significant explanation to them. They're like, yeah, that's exactly how I feel, but nobody's ever told me that, or that makes a lot of sense. And it's just a phenomenal tool, and I've watched with the little bit of time that I've been able to work with it. It's just been amazing how much of a difference, how heard and seen people feel. And I think that helps them and encourages them to stay on the journey and really make changes.
And in terms of the test and the HMA chart and people expressing, wow, this is just me. I've never heard this before.
Mhm.
That really is just so significant because I know I've heard that so many times before as well. And even on my own chart where, your blood tests might be normal and you might
Right.
just be, I still don't feel well. What's going on?
Mhm.
And because the HTMA is really a cellular biopsy test, it really
Yes.
gives us a different look at the body, right? In a different way. And I still find it so fascinating after all these years in terms of what it can tell us, right? What it does tell us.
Absolutely.
What's one of the most eye-opening or transformative things that you've learned through working with HTMA in the program?
I think really seeing what it really, I guess, has taught me as a practitioner is you see a body that has symptoms and you don't really understand, how is it that it feels like one day these things start to happen. But when you look at HTMA, what you're seeing is you look at the body completely different because you're all the way down to the cellular level. So you can see a body under distress, really. And then you can start to watch as, mineral patterns change. And I mean, this is a little bit more of a nuance of it, but as we talk about the levels of healing, you can watch people revisit old things because the body is working through those mineral patterns. And that's just phenomenal to actually experience. And
Mhm.
for people to know that and to see the other side of how great they can feel as the body heals, I mean, that's just, like I said, it's just absolutely life-changing, I think. I mean, my personal struggle was with fatigue, which is a very nondescript symptom, right? It could mean many things. And I was just frustrated because I felt like I should understand I'm taking care of myself. Why aren't things changing? But when I was actually able to look at a cellular level and really work on it and be able to make the change and also institute lifestyle changes that I think we also tend to brush off as not very important, it was just the perfect recipe to make a change. And it, like I said, once you know, it's really hard to go back to old ways of healing.
Absolutely. And so where are you going from here? What are you
Okay.
planning to do with what you've learned? Yeah.
Gotcha. So I took I it kind of fell into my lap, sort of. I had an opportunity to visit a holistic dentist. I was getting some amalgams removed, and I shared my passion with him for HTMA, and it was new to him, and he was very interested. So I'm going to start to work with a dental practice and be an HTMA practitioner for them and try to help. The really neat thing about it is obviously is the goal is to help them with dental health, but lo and behold, a lot of these patients are just going to feel better overall because as we know, once you start, giving the body what it asks for or what it's needing, you the healing ability is the limit. The sky, I guess, is the limit on that one. So I'm excited to see and I'm excited to share this because I think a lot more people need to hear about HTMA. I really think it could make a difference for a lot of people.
I do too. And as we were talking about earlier, I feel like everybody needs this program.
I
Like I
agree
just
with
imagine a
Susan.
world where we're all on this program and
Yeah.
removing metals and interference and
Yes.
feeling better and
Yes.
what that would look like in our world. Like I
Oh,
just
yes. I mean, there's a time and a place for, aspects of medicine, but I think if we could understand that the body, a lot of times the symptoms are stemming from disequilibrium. I don't know if that's really a word, but a lack of balance in the body.
yeah.
And when you start to heal that, you can watch those symptoms resolve. And that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, thank you so much for
Oh, you're
joining
very
me
welcome.
today. And for
Thank you
those
for
of you
your time.
watching, yeah, if you found this conversation helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, tap the bell icon so you get notified for future episodes. And if you want to get connected with Tricia, her contact information is below, and you can also find out about our featured HTMA success practitioners listed on our website at htmasuccess.com. And you'll also find more details about the comprehensive HTMA success mineral and nutritional balancing training program. So htmasuccess.com, and we'll see everybody in the next episode. Bye for now.